Well, good morning. How are you all doing? I've had a really cool experience, you guys. You know about the herb bed, right? So, yeah, um, I was having some problems and, hate to admit it, but I hadn't done a garden in a long time. So, I used to have fairies. Anyway, this one's devoted to Grandma Sandy and, vagabond sage in the woods because they do fairy gardens, and I've had a fairy experience and I want to share this, and this is for real. It's really happened. So back at my apartment for 7 years, I got a fairy with some mushrooms, and I had her for years, left her on the porch, painted her, repainted her. Oh, it was just terrible what that poor thing went through. Anyway, I had her in here. I'll show you where. Don't worry. Over there. I can't walk there because it's all muddy. I'll walk there in a minute. But that's where the mint is, near my rhodo, which is, whew. Anyway, I had a tomato plant. Yeah, you just probably saw her right there. And you know what? I heard whispers. I was just leaving a message on Sia's page, the Vagabond Sage in the Woods. I was saying, Sia, my fairy, I thought she was retired. But anyway, she's whispering to me. The tomato plant won't live. The lemon balm's too high. She needs light. Move her. Move her. That's what she said. I thought, who is that? Well, here she is. And I know she needs a good scrub down, paint job. But you know what? She's one of my very favorite fairies. I have 3. One's an angel, really. But she promised that if I would put her in the center of the garden with the sage, she'll help whisper more to me. Yeah, I know. I'm blown away. So I was like, really? Really? You don't mind? I mean, I thought you were retired. Well, she says, I am, but I'd love to live back in this garden. I'd love to be among the trees and the plants and the shrubs and the herbs and the flowers. So I put her beside the flower and the sage. She's kind of in the middle there. Well, my goodness, she has got a lot of advice for me. First, she said, when you put mint in, of course, it ain't ever coming out. Boy, was she right on that. So I continued looking through the garden, and I thought, where else have I put mint? So I found a spot and it had a runner. The runner was about 4 feet long. Thank heaven that fairy spoke to me. I'm going to have to give her a name. But anyway, this tomato plant's not going to last either. She's got to go in the sun. In the sun. So I need a new basket, according to the fairy. Now look at these. Look at the blossoms. So pretty. Oh my goodness. I'll take a picture of it and put it on my Facebook wall. My YouTube wall. This little bush isn't doing so well. Not enough. Probably not enough water or something. I don't know. Pruning. Who knows. Little yellow flowers everywhere. Look at the lavender. It's going to burst open and bees are going to come. I'm hoping. So we extended it out probably 2 feet, I think. So this is, the area where it's extended to. So grateful to have that fairy's advice. I'd be lost without her. I really would. I'm going to get some more of this sage. This is a tricolored gigantico. I don't know. That's just a name. Bird bath needs to scrubbing out. Boy, she got lots of advice, that old girl. Whew. Let me show you where we moved the, here's more of those. Oh, that's where I planted the tomato. It'll grow well with another tomato. It'll be just fine. Yep. So, here's my rhodo. It goes all the way to the second story. That's up in the living room I usually film from. Amazing, huh? And there's my angel. This has to be cleaned out. It's got topsoil in here, though. A little bit, not much. Got my chocolate mint. I know. The chocolate mint and the apple mint are going to merge as one. I have no problem with that. And here's some more. But this is where she was. She whispered to me from right over here. That's the main floor down here. The lower living room. But yeah, she whispered here and said, for heaven's sake, get me out of here. she's an opinionated fairy, I'll tell you. Whoa, be careful. You don't mess with them fairies. Anyway, grateful to have her advice. I love the flowers. So this is the shape. Oh, well, I can't get it in. Yeah, I can get in there. That's the shape of the garden. Yeah, I told you it's just a corner. You can grow anything you want, though, if you really had the desire to grow. You just have to have the sun. There's that big old tree I keep talking about with squirrels go crazy. Yeah, they're causing havoc. These are the pine trees you don't want to have. Trees. Can I speak? Not a second cup of tea in me yet. But, yeah, these grow, the pine cones grow twice, once every 2 years. And they spiral down and cause havoc on the road. All that brown stuff over there. Yep, there's my Jeep. Anyway. But anyway, I got me a fairy. I've had her for years. And I thought she was retired. You know, I'm just going to say, give some advice. I had a lot of fairies at one point when I lived in my apartment. And I wasn't one for listening, but this old girl, she'd been with me for years. And she finally spoke up in the summer morning. Today's Thursday. She spoke up and she told me that tomato plant won't live. Move it in the sun. I'll help you. I'll stay here. I just want to be in the garden. I feel so sad for her that I want to get her all cleaned up and painted fresh. I do. She deserves that. Poor thing. And maybe bring her some flowers to, have around her. And I just think she's so adorable, even though she does need a terrible paint job. But yeah, I never did like the yellow dress that I did. Could have gone with something miraculously different. But maybe we'll do a pink fairy with blonde hair. Who knows? But she's here. Maybe just call her semi-retired. Let's not be too personal about her, because I don't think she'd like that. But she's back. All right, everything's doing wonderful. Had a nice soak this morning. Yeah, so our blue boxes and some of our wood. You see the wood pile in the backyard. There's another one of that's our yard too. On that side, that's a different kind of willow. Don't know what kind, but she's pretty. And our privacy fence. But wow, got me a fairy. Everything should turn out fine now. Can't believe it. I've got one downstairs. Let me show you where she is. There she is. She was painted at one time too. But she's definitely a fairy. I just didn't want her to go, rusty. But maybe we'll find a special place in the garden for her. Take a look at her. Isn't she lovely? She needs a cleaning. She's got lots of fairy dust on her. Oh, so cute. Sitting on a rock. Those beautiful gilded wings, and her hair's tied back. She's pretty. Yeah, I did paint her one time. Anyway, if you can think what kind of fairy she is, where she'd like to be, let me know. But definitely joining this collab by Grandma Sandy and Fairy Gardens. Oh, Lisa's part of it, growing in Vancouver Island. Yeah, there's a lot of fun people. Yay!